somebody from St. Maarten, because they know the harbor so well, they dock somebody onto the ship to help us basically park. Dock.
I really want to put my hair up, but it's not working now. I'm guessing that's a cargo ship, Dad.
That is a barge.
What's that?
Hold on, sweetie. I just need to do some repair. Just carry stuff back and forth.
So there's already a ship parked, not parked, already a ship parked here that looks a lot smaller than ours. Oh wow, I wasn't even pointing to it. That one. And then there's little boat. I'm guessing we're gonna go there or there. Probably over there. Sandra.
No.
Okay.
Oh. See the front side thruster starting to push the ship?
Very smoky.
Oh, I see. We're going to back it. See, we're backing it like this.
Oh.
So the front of the ship is moving this way. The back of the ship is moving that
Are
way.
we gonna park right behind, in front of them?
No, we're going to park on that pier.
I mean, like, are we gonna park right in front of the that ship, or
Yeah, we're going to park on that pier.
that way?
You can see the thrusters are pushing the ship this way. So we're going to back in here.
Come on. It's so pretty though, the water. That's me. Hey.
Playing in our house nearby simultaneously the music you would hear in a church. All the time the spiritual music is playing, the voodoo spirit would never come. Oh, they'll come and ask us to stop our music. But when we stop the spiritual music and they keep on going with the profane music, then is when these passports to make it equal. I don't have mine either. Just before we cross the border, straight ahead of us here on this roundabout, we have a few local icons. People who used to be instrumental to different communities here on St. Maarten. We have Lali Danson. She was a school teacher here for 4 generations. Right next to her, we have Tata, the bus driver, the first school bus driver here for 5 generations. And to your right, we have the American Embassy. Back to your left here, we have Alex the Butcher. He was indeed a local butcher, but he was more famous for his contributions to the island's population, because Alex the Butcher butchered himself to 48 children. Folks, this guy had 48 children. And hear this, when I asked my mom, with how many wives? She goes, no there, one wife and many friends. That's why you gotta be careful with your friends. We are still on the dark side of the island, folks, and our border point is right straight ahead of us. Simply when you see the flags.
You can see the flag.
And interesting here at this border point is coming up to your right. See that little bridge here to your right hand side? Folks, you are looking at the smallest international bridge in the whole world. Now that we cross over the bridge, we are now on the French side of the island. There we have the monument of the border. It says commemorating for over 350 years of unity and friendship. That's our border. And that's the way we cross it at all times. That's simple. We can say now that we are on the French side of the island. Besides the French, bienvenue en partie française, or welcome to the French side. That's the way we cross the border. We can see now that we are on the French side. Now as visitors, you only need to know 3 French words to go on the French side and to come back. Because you folks are here for only a few hours anyway, which is good morning, thank you very much, and goodbye. And so to say good morning in French, we say bonjour. To say thank you very much, we say merci beaucoup. And to say goodbye, we say au revoir. Or if you find the last one too difficult, you can use the international word bye-bye. They should understand that. Belle Plaine is the name of the area. We have Club Orient, which is also known as a nudist hotel. That's right. So if you have intention to go to that hotel, I certainly don't think you need to carry on any luggage. Just your toothbrush and your credit card, and I think they can fit behind your ears. I didn't say that again. Yeah. Okay, from here, if you take a look to your right and way over the horizon, you can clearly see the French island of St. Barts. Flying from here to St. Barts will take you 8 minutes. Via ferry boat will take you about 45 minutes. You can fly from here to St. Barts, but I don't really recommend it, especially if it's a bit windy. I tried it once and the pilots tried to land there 8 times. They couldn't make it and then they had to come back here. That's why I do not recommend it. Okay, over here to your right, that's where we have all the villas and the hotels of Orient Bay. Let's say the average price to purchase a house in this neighborhood is at $600,000 US. See those brown roof buildings to your immediate right? Those are the ones that goes for $600,000. They are like 2 bedrooms, living room, kitchen, a swimming pool, and a spectacular view, as you can see. For all that I know, 70% of those houses are summer homes, mainly belongs to Americans, Europeans, and Canadians. And as far as buying property is concerned, anyone can own properties around here as long as you have the money. Now, the reason why you appear to see that those houses looks brand new, it is not because they are, it is simply because the hurricane blown off all the roofs and then they have been recently replaced. That is the reason why they appear to be to look brand new. To your right here we have 2 uninhabited islands right here. The one far to your right here is the island of Pinel. There's only 2 restaurants here at the beach. And the next one far to your right is the island of Tentamar. The only thing they have there is an old airstrip with a few old American military planes. The reason why those planes are there is because the US used to use that island to take off and land during World War II. Down to your right, we have 7 beautiful hotels available, and they all have rooms from $150 a night up to $500 a night, depend of the season. The most expensive hotel on the island, called La Samana, it is located over here on the French side, but we won't be able to see it on the street. But at La Samana Hotel, they have rooms up to 4,000 euros a night. That's right, rooms up to 4,000 euros a night, and guess what? That's where I slept last night, you know. In my dreams. See, if you were to come here 40 years ago, you will meet nothing around here. It was just the beach and a lot of bushes. But the French government is the one that took the responsibility to sell the whole 1.5 mile long beach, 3/4 of a mile wide, to a French guy by the name of Norman Loufman. Norman Loufman is the one responsible of all of the development. Celebrities are not really allowed to stay in hotels. They must have their own privacy, because they tend to say the hotels are not quite secure in order to take responsibility of such. What those islands are trying to achieve by doing that, you know, if they could get the celebrities to buy homes on the islands, first of all, they must pay habitation tax. Second of all, they must employ people from the islands to take care of the properties. So continue hurricanes, they still just come in from different entrance. And as I said, if you get trapped here during a hurricane, then it won't take long before you realize you have double beach. For major category hurricanes, I would say once every 20 to 25 years. Because the last major category 4 hurricane that hit us here before Irma was Hurricane Luis in September the 5th, 1995, exactly 22 years before we got hit by Hurricane Irma in September the 6th, 2017. The name of that elevation is Paradise Peak, and of course the Paradise Peak is about 1,400 feet high, and that's where you'll find most of the monkeys. They love to stay up there because there's quite a lot of fruits to eat up on the mountain. But when over the horizon, as I said, 9 miles away, on the summertime they usually have swimming competition from that beach all the way to Anguilla, but they'll have the coast guards all around the swimmers. Why? Because at a certain distance when you are swimming deep and keep making noise like this, that will attract the sharks to come and see what's going on. So it's not wise to make noise while you are swimming deep. And if you notice the sharks around you, the safest way to get by is to stay quiet, because they do not use range from invaders. I won't be able to go there with the bus, but from the shopping area they do have stairs going up to the fort. It's about 194 steps to take you all the way up. Since we're going to stop today for only half an hour, I don't think we'll have the time to go up there today, but we can try to go there tomorrow, okay? Keep your cameras handy and take a look on those trees here to your right. You'll see iguanas. You have to look carefully because they have the capability to camouflage themselves to the same color of the tree. Can you see them? Yes, keep looking to your right on those trees. You'll see them all over. Iguanas are cold-blooded animals. They need the radiant heat of the sun all the time to make a living. If you take an iguana, you put an iguana to an air-conditioned room for 10 minutes, they die. So you'll find iguanas mostly in hot climate places. We have so much of iguanas here, and they eat iguanas on St. Maarten. Now, to promote the eating of iguanas here, they tend to say it tastes like chicken. Everything tastes like chicken. The yellow factory out there to your right, folks, is the water desalination plant and the power plant of the French side. The voltage of electricity on the French side is at 220, like it is in Europe, while the voltage of electricity on the Dutch side is at 110. And coming up to your left here, we have the West Indies shopping mall. It's very trendy, fully air conditioned. But there's a restroom in there. If you use it, they'll charge you $1 for it. Huh? So in the mall, it's $1 for the bottle of tea. It's always a privilege, an honor, but I would say not during hurricanes, because those buildings right straight ahead of us here can testify to that. Most of the vehicles we have around here, as you can see, are Japanese and Korean. With the city of Marigot behind us, we are now entered vertically. The Dutch flag is basically the same colors, but horizontally, we have the St. Martin's flag in the middle. To your right, we have the monument of the border here from 1648 to 1948, which means the French and the Dutch have for over 350 years. And welcome to St. Martin. But our bus is there right now, half on the Dutch and the other half still back on the French side.
I got that one.
Let's say if a plane crashed right here, half on the Dutch, half on the French, where will they bury the survivors?
They don't bury survivors.
I think I better take those two jokes off my joking list. That's right. They do not bury survivors. We are back on the Dutch side of the island and enter through the village of Colbay. From here, I'd like to have your attention to your left. Take a look at the mountain here to your left. The reason why I asked you to do that is because Juliana International Airport, which is the world's fourth most dangerous airport, is located right down there. They have a display of how they take off and land of the runway of Juliana International Airport. But for now, we are going over the Causeway Bridge. Since the bridge is at the border, the left side of the bridge is considered to be the Dutch side of the island, and the right side of the bridge is considered to be the French side of the island. So if you were to do something against the law on one side of the island, headed towards the border, the police will do all in their power trying to stop you before you cross over, because from the time you cross the border, you'll fall under the jurisdictions of another country, and getting you back can be a bit complicated. So that is the reason why here on St. Martin we have two of everything you think a country should have. We have two government administration buildings, two police forces, two airports, two hospitals, two husbands, two wives. I'm kidding about the last one. Our Juliana International Airport is right straight ahead of us. There's a plane right now approaching to land. You know, after the hurricane, they find 7 sailboats sitting on the runway at the airport. They had to use the crane to move them all out before the king of the Netherlands could have landed. The king comes over here 4 times after the hurricane, spend the day with us and go in the evening to see how we're doing, while the French president came here twice after the hurricane and spent 4 days on each visit to see how we are doing. Some of the damaged sailboats from the hurricane are still there. As a matter of fact, this one is for sale. You know, the American Medical School is located down in that area, Cooper Court. To your right, folks, is the end of the runway of Juliana International Airport. Now from here, if you take a look to your left, you can see the mountain is right here waiting. That's what the 747 pilots have to play with when they take it off here with that jumbo jet, because most of the time they have to take off like this to avoid the mountain, because here, one mistake can spell disaster with a capital D. Normally, when celebrities have to come here or go to neighboring islands around St. Martin, they have to come here first, leave their private jet there, and use their mega yachts to go all over. Last year, December, Roman Abramovich, the Russian billionaire, was there with his wife and 7 children. You know, the guy have his 767 as his private jet. Price tag $165 million. You know, he was in his jet with his friends, his wife in another plane, 7 children, each one of them in a different private jet, because the insurance company would not allow them to travel in one airplane. I do not travel the world, but unfortunately mine is not here today. It won't be there tomorrow and the day after either. To your right, we have the Diamond Resort, which was badly damaged by the hurricane. They are now trying to get it ready for next season. Most of the hotels are in the coastline, so they get hit. They got hit directly by the full force of the hurricane. That's why, you know, when they are damaged like that, the percentage of the hotel destroyed by the hurricane or close to 90%. We are now a year and a half, almost 2 years after the hurricane. The percentage of the hotels reopen back for business are less than 20%. That means we have a long way to go. See the village of Symphony Bay, where we just came from. Through there also, you'll see the Symphony Bay Lagoon, as I said, which is the most beautiful lagoon here on St. Maarten. Juliana International Airport, once again, is located way down there next to the sea. That is Maho Beach down there. And this side of the ocean is the Caribbean seaside. And the factory you're about to see down to your right is the water desalination plant and the power plant of the Dutch side. From here, if you take a look way over the horizon, you can barely see the Dutch island of Sabah. S-A-B-A, can you see it? It's like a mountain in the middle of the sea. Sabah is only 5 square miles, population 1,500 people. That's where we have the second most dangerous airport in the world. On Sabah, they have the little airport on top of the hill, where at the end of the runway there's a cliff, and this is way down there. So on Sabah, the plane do not take off like this. They go the opposite direction first, then up. Sabah is part of the 10 islands in the world that that is scary to spend your vacation with, because there's an active volcano there in Sabah. So the people who are living here, they just praise God for everything they are alive. Because anytime that volcano erupts, then you know this island will be completely off the map. The gentleman here in the statue sitting here, his name is Henry Bell. He was the owner of the whole property there to your right. After he passed away, his family erected his statue here as a sign of remembrance. I don't really recommend anybody to go all the way up by the White Pole, for the simple fact that I have witnessed people walking going up there and walling coming down. So if you don't have the confidence in yourself 100%, please don't try that. So here is where our next and third stop will be. As I said, thank you very much. 5 minutes, please.
Very pretty. I guess we can go that way.
Yeah, no, this is a great picture spot.
Okay, we doing
You can do it like here. You can do it here and there. So we can do it here and there. I mean,
ladies, you get to know what to hold on to. Okay, down to your right here we have the Indigo Bay, where they're about to build some expensive condos and a private yacht marina, which predicted to be finished in the year 2025. The average price to purchase a condo down there is at $300,000 US. It's a pity today is very hazy, but there's 7 islands around St. Martin that if you are here for a week or 2 vacation, you can visit and spend the day there and then come back in the evening. Vivi Little Bay is right next to the Bel Air Beach Hotel, so it's the Red Roof Hotel down to your right hand side, as I said, which is known as one of the first hotel open here on St. Martin. Right up the bluff here we have Fort Amsterdam. That's where Peter Stuyvesant lost a leg through a cannonball back at the 17th century while they were battling with the Spaniards. After that he withdrew his forces from here and went on to be the first governor of New Amsterdam, which we all know today as New York. Peg Leg Pete or Peter Stuyvesant, the first governor of New Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God your ship's still there. I forgot I had a small home. Okay, the big mansion to your left, the whole mansion belongs to an Indian businessman. He said he wanted all his family to live with him under one roof. And I think that's cool, but I don't know if that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Or ship.
That's where the king is.
Ours is a lot bigger.
Okay, straight ahead of us here is the city of Phillipsburg, which is the capital of the Dutch side, and the beach, Phillipsburg Beach. All along the beach they have stores and restaurants. And while you're on the beach, you can get a water at any time. I'm sorry, you can get a water taxi at any time. Governor's house is over here to your left. The next one belongs to the governor also. He used to live here before, but after the hurricane he crossed over to the new one. The hurricane didn't do any damage to the governor houses, but it did to those houses down below to your right. Those people had a wonderful view of the beach. Not anymore.
Wow, it's beautiful.
All those buildings down to your right here, they are all destroyed by Hurricane Irma, as you can see. Even those buildings up to your left also, some of them have been badly damaged by the hurricane. Phillipsburg Beach or Great Bay Beach is 2 miles long, and as I said, all along the beach they have stores and restaurants. Okay, the empty slot to your right here, that was the location of the Sonesta Great Bay Beach Hotel and Casino. The hotel was so badly damaged by the hurricane to the point where they had to demolish it completely. Now that is an example of what I would call a bad lucky investment. The reason why I'm saying that is because that hotel was sold to a Canadian company in March 2017 by the name of Sunwing. In September this same year, we got hit by the hurricane that destroyed the hotel to that level. I'm sure that the insurance company have to answer to them. Here in Phillipsburg, there are 2 streets where they have most of the stores in town, which is the front and the back street. The front street is the lands of the Caribbean. So on behalf of Dutch Stores, I'd like to wish you folks a happy stay on St. Martin and enjoy the rest of your vacation. So thank you. Maybe
Looks like from the outside.
Do you know what flag that is, Alex, on the back? I don't know what kind of... Oh, that's a celebrity. Oh, that's a celebrity trip. Let's see what this ship is. I don't know what that one is.
I don't know. I think if you gave me like if I had the chance to look at it, I think I would know. So the Bahamas has a Bahamas flag and a Denmark flag. Or no. Those are one flag. That's one flag.
Yeah, it's Bahamas.
No. The red, that's Denmark's flag, but instead of it being the red corner where the Bahamas is, I thought it was 2 different flags. No, it's one.
Huh?
Things are gone.
What do you mean the things are gone?
Things that we're going to take a picture of. Remember?
That's one flag. I don't know what that's supposed to
Yeah,
be.
they're gone.
Because Bahamas is just the the teal and yellow and black one. You get like the Red Cross from like Denmark.
I wasn't very smart. I didn't bring one. I bet.
Can't see a thing. Where's Chad?
I'm gonna do a lot of pictures when I get back to my
Cái gì?
Somebody was supposed to do it, but I don't think they ever.
Hey, Steph. Can I take?
Hi, Alex.
Hi.